Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going into the conclusion of today's episode. We're going a little shorter today, just doing some cleanup, and then we'll close out the episode. So I just wanted to make sure, because Agatha, you really only had the one scene. I want to make sure that you get another chance to do something. I feel like we haven't focused much on you. So let's do that. What would you like to do, Agatha? Actually, you know what? I have a scene that I could present to you that sort of like pokes at some of your stuff if you'd like. If
you have an opportunity, yeah. Because I feel like she is resigned to. I'm just going to teach these kids.
You're essentially in practice mode while the rest of the cast is like doing active roles. Okay, so this is like sometime later. We can be like kind of fast and loose with time for you. So this is like a couple of days later, and you go back into your room. Describe the place that you're staying. You have your own like room in this
cell in the
place.
monastery.
Yeah.
Cell in
the monk sense, not the
not the prison sense. Yeah. I imagine she's starting to accumulate like knickknacks and stuff again, like there's like some herbs hanging from the ceiling drying. There are she has like a book borrowed from Robillard on there's like a little stone like reading, like it's not like a desk, there's like a stool in front of an elevated stone section that's like a little nook in the wall where she can put the book and sit her familiar next to it and have its eyes read the book.
God, that'd be so tedious for your familiar.
Oh yeah, but I mean, hey, it's its job.
Yeah.
And yeah, otherwise it's pretty sparse. Like she doesn't own very much stuff. And she carries a lot of her stuff around with her. So I think we see her like in herself. She's like put some stuff down in the corner.
Okay. What is something that you like is of like someone else would see as being like a sort of witchy like object? Like, what is something that you own that would seem like?
I mean, my astrology toolkit, definitely.
Oh yeah, totally. That thing you described before, right?
Yeah, the hammered out skin with the stuff painted on it and bundled inside. There are like some bone.
It's gone.
Stones.
Yeah, it's missing. And you know immediately because
she goes to put her hand in a place.
Yeah.
And it's not there. And so we see her hand like close on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just immediately is like out the door with her familiar chasing her because she's going to go figure out what the fuck is going on. So she just goes and finds like people she knows. So like Sister Sufferance probably has to deal with her.
Yeah, Sufferance is with a couple of the other choir members, and they're practicing like singing. They're practicing like scales and like harmonies and stuff.
So I ruined that.
Yeah. There's about a half dozen of them, like men and women, and you
it's totally
barge
like
in.
Serica's voice while I'm walking through the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Like go over to where
this
it is.
So this is Sufferance. Serica isn't here.
Or sorry, Sufferance. Yeah, I can pick out Sufferance's voice in the hallway. And so I just like enter the room loudly.
Yeah.
Just like door open or whatever, or if it's a room without a door, just like in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And like get her attention. I'll just like say her name.
Yeah, but you get everyone's attention when you barge in, and they all kind of stop.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone kind of like the singing stops, and everyone looks over.
Yeah.
And yeah, Agatha will just say, "Sorry to bother you, but I have need of you now."
Make a falsehood test. You're not sorry. No, you don't have to actually make a falsehood test. They know you don't care.
I care, but not enough to not do it.
Yeah, not in the way that they want you to care.
One of those. Yeah.
So Sufferance turns to the rest of the choir and she says, a moment, please, brothers and sisters. And one of them is like, but we can't do the third countertenor without you. And she's just like, God, I'm sorry. And there's a moment where we get this impression. We've never really seen her like interact with other people, with you. She's acting like you're like her responsibility, and they are like, oh God, you and like Agatha, and like there's this whole like awkward social thing that happens where she's like, I just have to go deal with her. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm like the obnoxious auntie that she
Yeah.
has
Well,
to
like
take care
you're
of.
seeing her with her real friends.
Yeah.
And she extricates herself, and the two of you come out into a hallway, and she like basically like despite herself like kind of hisses at you. She's like, "What?"
Something has been stolen from my room.
That's impossible. Stealing is a sin.
And now it's my turn to like scoff and just be like, what?
No one here would take anything that belongs to you. We all have everything we need.
Well, the fact of the matter is that it is gone.
And what do you want me to do about it?
Find it for me.
No. If you lost it, it's on you. I have practice.
It was stolen. And she like stubbornly insists.
I think she tries to like go walk around you and like go back or push past you and go into the room.
And this is where I get all creepy and witchy because I just reach out into air that I can't see with my own eyes, but I'm watching her with the familiar. Just like grab her arm.
Okay. All right. Do you want to like intimidate her, or because she's just like, okay, you lost it, you blind old lady. Like she's treating you the way that most people do.
I don't want to fully bully her, but I think it's like I'm forking intimidation because what I really want is for her to recognize that like I don't just like lose a thing randomly and then get upset about it. Like I'm just not that Agatha is not that kind of person, and I can't be like, look at my character sheet, I have an instinct, I don't lose things. But
well, yeah, I know that, and that's why I'm fucking with you.
Yeah,
but she does not know that.
So Agatha just like is leaning into being a creepy witch, but just to be like, yo, like I'm not messing around. Like just help me find this thing.
Okay, I think just talk isn't enough. Like I don't think like you can try to persuade her, but basically if you're being creepy and just being like grabbing her and stuff, that feels like intimidation into taking you seriously. If you want to try another way to persuade, it'll have to be a bit gentler, I think.
Yeah, so like I reach out and grab her, like catch her arm, which I shouldn't be able to do. And a little bit like, that's weird. But I don't like rough her up in the hallway. I'm just like,
right.
No,
hold
you're not listening. It is gone from where it always is. Everything I have is always in an exact place because otherwise, and she like waves a hand in front of her face, you can imagine the difficulty I would have. And so I distinctly recall replacing it where it always is. And besides that, it is gone, and it is not something that would be of value to anyone.
Make a persuade check to see if she will like empathize, basically, or if she'll just be like,
or if she'll just be a jerk.
Yeah, find it yourself, dummy. I got shit to do. I gotta hang out with the cool kids now.
Okay, well, can I fork intimidation?
Yeah, I mean it'll color if you fail, it'll color the success either way. Like it's part of the palette of the roll.
And what is my ob?
Yeah, let me find your ob here.
If it's her will is 4.
Yes, yeah, it is her will.
Okay, can I also fork ugly truth?
Which is
just like I'm blind but not stupid is basically the tack I'm taking. Like, don't be so
No, I feel like the ugly truth here would be like you're being mean to a blind person about something they lost, right? Like, and it feels very much like you're opposing that. You're like, it's not because I'm blind. I'm not dumb. Like, don't stop underestimating me.
Yes. Okay. Well then, yeah. I will just fork intimidation.
Would you like to grit your teeth
This
first?
sounds like I'm in a teeth gritting situation. I think me storming out of my room.
Yeah, that was the teeth gritting as you walk down the hall.
Yeah, let's see if I can actually hit this roll. For help test. I spend fate.
Okay. No.
Nothing ever matters.
So when you reach out to grab her, yeah, there's that familiar pain in your side. That like
so like suppresses a wince.
Mm-hmm.
So I am still suffering a wound penalty on my persuade roll.
Yep.
So it goes. But yeah, Agatha is just like very stubborn about this, and it stands out in terms of like her insisting on being heard and acknowledged in this way. Here we go. Jesus, can't roll.
You got a 6 though.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Nope.
So
fate is not with
you hold onto her her robes, and she like looks at your hand, and she pulls away. She's like, "Don't touch me." And she looks at you and she says, "I'm sorry that God took your sight, but no one took your stupid toys. You've just left them somewhere." And she scowls at you and she says, "I don't know what made you think that we're friends, Agatha, that you could just come to me whenever you lose the things you can't find. I have important things to do around here, more important than talking to you. Now, excuse me, I have practice." And like, you can hear her as she's talking revert back to the way that she talked to you when you were like in the cell before and she was like reading you the scripture.
Yeah, she gets all
Yeah. And
holier
like,
than thou.
well, she basically is just like, maybe you've misunderstood our relationship. We're not friends here. And yeah, I mean, maybe she's ugly truthing you now. Maybe she's laying out the ugly truth here of like, no, she's not your friend. You're not friends. I don't know if she has ugly truth, but let's make her roll it because that sounds like what we're doing. Her intent here is that you back the fuck off and like understand we're not buddies. No, she doesn't have it, so she's gonna try. She's gonna try and do the old joy special.
Well, I already know what my retort is.
Elf, what is ugly truth based on? Will?
It's based on perception. It's the
It's
one.
based
Right,
on
it's the perception of the truth, right? It's a weird non-social social.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So she has a bunch of wises that could be helped, but not in this case. Yeah, Clam makes a good point in chat. She's pitching her voice so that all her real friends can hear it too.
Yeah, it's about
Stop talking to me, you obnoxious witch. Cool. Okay. And so the base ob of this, it's ugly truth about friends.
Sure.
So that's ob 2. All right. So by some miracle of God, she needs 4. She's so close. Did she get any 6s? She did. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use her fate point.
You rolled every die a success, Adam, as is traditional.
All
for
right.
you.
I got 50-50 chance. And if she fails, this just goes like, you're just like, whatever, you're just doing this thing. But I think if she succeeds, like, the truth sinks in and you can respond however you want on that.
Yeah. Be not friends with the witch. See how that goes for you. She's so not friends with the
Okay,
witch.
so no, you feel it. She's not your friend. You're not allies. Coming to her was a mistake. And yeah, she's just like, maybe you misunderstood our relationship, but I'm not your friend.
And so Agatha then just hisses, like, "Do not mistake me then, child. You are here as a servant, and I'm asking you as a servant. Find this thing. Now." And now we intimidating.
Yeah, because you failed at persuasion.
Yeah, so it's just like, fine, you don't want to listen, you get fucking intimidated, you nerd. I'm actually bad at intimidating, though.
Do not take me for a conjurer of cheap tricks.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually want to intimidate her so much as I just want to scare her, and then I'll be like, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I mean, that they're both intimidating.
Yeah, let me rewind. Let me rewind and just, you know what? Agatha is not the type to be like, bended the knee, do my thing for me. She's just gonna be like, fine, I don't need you, get fucked. So instead, if I rewind.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's like, whatever, I'm not gonna help you find your thing, and so then and we're not friends. And Agatha just says, very well. I will find it myself. Later, when you need me, I will return the favor. And she walks off.
Yeah, and she mutters something to herself like, "Need you? I don't need you for anything, jerk." Like, just mumbles something.
I have God and the
right.
angels.
That's right. I got the love of Jesus Christ. So she just kind of like, and goes back to her friends, the rest of the choir, and is like, "I'm so sorry. We've tried so hard to make her fit in," and we like hear that like as you.
Oh God, yeah, all the
Stagger.
patronizing.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
children can be so cruel.
I guess she has to die later.
Yeah. So do you have another avenue for trying to find?
I'm trying to think of how I would find this thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
By the way, that's my favorite escalation of all time.
What's
Just
that?
straight to murdering people.
If someone's like, we're not friends, I'm like, cool. Guess you're a walking corpse now.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard person to be friends with. Well, I mean, that's okay. We can leave it there, and we can just
And yeah,
do
let's
beliefs
like
and stuff.
Agata's going to go off and find another way to do this. It's probably going to involve spirit binding.
Okay. So I think probably as like the sort of like end of episode, like sort of stinger, we cut to a room lit by a sparse few candles. Laying on the floor, of course, is the skin of your astrology kit, and we hear the clattering of stones, and we see them thrown onto the mat, and then we hear a quiet voice be like, "No, no," and like scoop them up and throw them again, and they land the exact same way. Yeah, and obviously we all know who took it, but yeah. And so she's off somewhere trying to like figure out, tell her fortune, and it just keeps coming up bad, and exactly the same way, and then we fade out.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's hand out some stuff and do some things. Joy, would you like to add to your pile of fate points?
Yeah, I mean, it's just fate for me today. Just give me the usual 1, 2, 3 fate.
Fate sandwich.
It's
with
too
extra
fate. It's too fate for me today. From trying to get the king to treat me like a human, I'm following avenues to get that further towards, and also looking for something to report back to Ekaterina. I'm establishing myself as more of a spy to more
everybody.
people.
Yeah, you're filling a power vacuum there. I think what I'd like to suggest that would be cool would be like you can change your first belief to say, if I make friends with people who are important to the king might see me in a better light, like something like that, and say like, I'll start with this new friendship I have with the minister.
Oh, I guess.
Right. So if you want persona, yes, like break these down and start with the minister. Like, because I'd love to see you try to befriend her because she's got some plans.
I shall make friends.
And she's played by Carrie Ann Moss.
Which means I have to.
Yeah. And she didn't say anything shitty about you being a Stygian. She asked you for your real name.
Sir. Thus bringing me closer to the king.
Yeah, totally. The transitive property of friendship.
Yeah, I think that's good. And the others are fine. I still want to learn about the Soren thing.
Yeah.
And finding stuff for Ekaterina is also something I want to do. Okay. Instincts are fine. Nothing really got me in trouble. Traits same as, so we're good.
Excellent. Okay. Cool. Agatha of the Dark Woods.
I definitely worked on my second and third beliefs. Making progress. Maybe even like it sounds like we're foreshadowing that next episode might involve me resolving my third belief.
Maybe. Yep.
We'll get there. My instincts didn't get me in trouble. And vindictive will get me in trouble next session.
Yeah, I think so.
Just you wait.
Okay. Cool. Dramatic episode for Alessandra.
Nah.
Listen, you tried. Someone made you feel bad, and then you tried to sex your way into feeling better about yourself, and that didn't work, and it's okay.
Sometimes you just can't sex your way into feeling better about yourself.
Right. Listen. Yeah, that's the lesson. Don't fornicate your way to self-esteem. It won't work.
Affirmation does not equal self-confidence.
Listen,
love yourself before you love others.
Love comes from within. Yeah, exactly.
Can you guys just stop with the
Stop with this excellent advice.
Yeah. All right, Alessandra. What fate did you work towards, but not resolve any of your beliefs?
I worked towards trying to talk to the king, and like figure out how to best magic him. It didn't really work, but I tried.
Okay.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I've offered you some opportunities to use your traits against yourself to complicate your life. We'll see if you take me up on those opportunities.
Never.
I mean, if you really wanted points for jealous, you would have like walked over and slapped Tabitha in the mouth. But
I can't do that.
I mean, I know.
I can't do that.
But the opportunity is still there. She's touching on your man.
I can't can't do that.
Great
I
thing
feel
about
like
role-playing
I
games
feel
is
like
you can
the never allow anyone to treat me below my station, at least my perception of my station, made me a bit ruder to what's her butt than I probably would have been.
Yeah, I don't think she was treating you below your station though. Like,
But it's like perceived, right? Like I think I'm better than tea and crumpets.
This is the funny thing, yeah, is that Alessandra thinks she considers herself to be of higher station than she actually like legitimately is, and so people treating her that way set her off. There's like a
I mean, it's definitely like I was impolite in a way that you called out. So
that's true, and I think she does. I'm gonna make a note that she doesn't like you, and then you can take your fate point.
yeah, fate point.
Minister equals no
That's-
like
well,
Alessandra, because you were rude to her the first time you met. It's okay.
Okay.
You can
First impressions are very
Yeah,
important.
you can get her to come around, but for right now, she's just like, oh, you're that court lady that was rude to me on the day of my appointment. Okay.
all right, whatever.
Can't have it both ways. You can't have the fate point and have everybody love you. That's not how that works.
I want everyone to love me.
You need to work harder at that.
I work really
I know,
hard.
keep working. You're an inherently unlikable person.
I feel like I'm being so attacked right now.
All right.
Which I remember, self-esteem comes from within, or whatever.
Listen,
Yeah,
the king really liked you for about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Gosh. Much
Ludovic?
better. Yeah. I think I work towards the third belief.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think I get fate for the second belief because that was just tangential to working towards the third belief. It wasn't in its own right, I don't think.
I mean, yeah, you accidentally worked against your second belief.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So your first, not for this session, but your first instinct is something that I'm, and chat I think picked up on a little bit of this. I'm finding ways to like give you opportunities for profit that run against things like your second belief and your idealism, and we'll work. Those will be introduced soon, or are being introduced now.
Yeah. But for now, I think it's honestly only that one.
That's okay. Yeah, it's a shorter session, and you've got a lot of like mechanical stuff done too.
Right. And I think we're going towards bigger personal changes, not like angling towards deeds, but he's changing quite fundamentally, it seems, at the moment.
Well, the thing about deeds points too is that you don't angle for them. You just play the way you are, and in a moment you're like, wait a second, Lodewijk doesn't care about the peasants anymore. Fuck them. I take all that money out of the peasant fund and I just put it into the war fund instead. And I don't care if people are going to starve. Fuck them. I'm rich. Yeah. So it tends to happen kind of in the moment. Cool. Okay. So do you want, Lodewijk, do you want to change any of your beliefs, or are you going to keep things as they are?
I think I leave them as they are because
Lodewijk still believes in them?
Through truth, I think that particular plot point now has a bit of time, so I can head back towards the other goals that I was pursuing.
Yeah, you have a little bit of time to do other stuff while the interrogator guy does his job, the securer.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We'll leave it.
All right.
Yes, the securer.
We'll start with him next time.
Mr. Securitan.
That's a terrible name. That's awful. That's awful, and I hate it. But that's okay. We'll try to come up with something
I
better.
can imagine like 11-year-old me using that.
Yeah, right. The
Imagine a game
Securitron.
where someone had a name that was like Mr. Securitan. Imagine a game like that.
Imagine a game like that. All right, let's say our goodbyes for today. Obviously, we're coming back tomorrow for the Dungeons and Dragons at its usual time. So if you want to catch more of these lovely nerds doing that thing, but we all do internet stuff, whether we're at home or in Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, let's start with you today, Andrew. Where can people find you and the things you do on the internet?
Well, yeah, this weekend you can find me at Colorado if you're attending and watching this. Why aren't you at the con? What the fuck's wrong with you? And on the internet, you can find me on Twitter at Commute and Crow. You can playtest my game Girl by Moonlight, version 6.0 or whatever. A new version of it is coming out very soon. I'm actually playtesting it here at the convention first, and then I'm going to do an internet release. And you can get some Kickstarter goal, stretch goal content from me if you have purchased or are purchasing Hack the Planet or backing them on Kickstarter. That's the thing.
Killer.
Yeah.
Thank you. Dave, what about you? Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at Dave_the_human, where I have only the hottest takes, like how excited I am to hear that there's going to be a Solera Vestora amiibo for the Dark Souls remaster.
It's a good take.
It's amazing. And then, gosh, I need to do more streaming. So Dave_human, if you would like to find out if that ever comes to fruition. I keep playing things that I'm not streaming because I didn't start them when I was streaming, and then
it's a whole thing.
Yeah, the key is to never start playing games because you're like, oh, I should stream this, and then you just never play it. You gotta flip that whole paradigm, Dave.
Yeah, you're describing the DS right now to me, the 3DS. I can't if I don't I can't stream it, I can't play it.
Yep.
Well, all right, cool. Give Dave a follow, and then when Dave does find things that a Dave wants to stream, then you can follow along. Speaking of professional streamers, Blue Jay, what's your deal? Blue Jay, much more likable than her character.
What's your deal?
Just a big shrug.
Blue Jay,
cool, thanks, Blue Jay. All right,
infinitely likable. You can follow her on Twitter at BlueJay_712 or on twitch.tv/BlueJay. And she streams a lot of games. I saw her playing Stellaris a bunch lately, which is cool. She made some repugnant fishmen and some little like kobold people, I think I saw. And also Blue Jay is a cool nerd. She's really lovely and generous and kind.
There you go. Look at that. Nothing at all like her character. There you go. Good shout outs. Thanks, not Blue Jay. And then last but not least, it's Distracted Elf. Where can we find you, Elf?
Okay, but Dave has to do mine now.
Oh, Jesus. All right. That's how it's working. All right.
And he's got to do it in an Ishi Snaggletooth.
No.
No.
Save the Ishi content for tomorrow.
I'm only joking. I got it. Hey, friends. You can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf, where I am probably for the next couple of days complaining about how much I hate not drinking soda.
Yeah, you're going to need some support.
Yeah.
I already feel it. It's real bad. Send me love and support. That's it.
I'm sorry about that time in the past when you made this problem for yourself that you are now trying to solve. I'm sorry about that.
It happens.
Adam, you want to take it away?
Yeah. So, one cool thing that is worth noting, we're doing more than just the two shows that we normally do here in this space. You may have noticed there have been some content by one of our co-founders, by Nolan T. Jones, that you can check out if you follow the channel. Also, some of our mods like CJ and Alex and some other lovely people have been doing some other content on here. So if you're not already following the Roll20 app Twitch account, definitely do that because we're planning on adding lots of cool stuff you'll be able to check out as time goes on. Of course, we'll always be doing our Thursday and Friday shows, so come on back for Tomb of Annihilation tomorrow. You can find that here or on twitch.tv/D&D. And as always, you can find me on Twitter at Skinny Ghost or on Twitch, Adam Coble. And that'll be it for us for today. Thank you so much for coming and watching The Burning Wheel, everybody. Have a good time. And remember, be nicer than the characters on this show. Just try. You can do it. It's not hard. It's like a B1 niceness test.
Except for me. I am the total role model. Be like Joy, everyone.
Except minus the acid in the face bit.
Yeah, well.
Minus that. All right. With that moral lesson,
murdered people.
All right. We can get into this next time. Thanks for coming, everybody. See you next time. Bye-bye.